Nike just dropped a new LeBron James commercial, and let's be real, it might be one of the most unintentionally hilarious pieces of sports marketing in years. The ad literally claims every rival was defeated, every idol destroyed, like LeBron just stepped out of Game of Thrones with a flaming crown and an army behind him. Nike's going full myth-making mode, trying to paint LeBron as this untouchable forever king. But here's the problem. Fans aren't buying it. Social media is lighting up with backlash, calling it delusional, tone-deaf, and flat-out disrespectful to the actual legends of the game. This isn't storytelling, it's rewriting history. Because last time we checked, LeBron didn't destroy anyone in the finals. And the fact that Nike thought this was the moment to double down on fantasy rather than reality, that's marketing madness. But here's where it gets wild. This commercial isn't just about LeBron's image. It's about Nike's desperation to keep him relevant in a post-MJ, post-Kobe sneaker world. And the deeper you look at this a Forever King campaign, the more it starts to feel like a cover-up for something much bigger. What exactly is Nike hiding behind this royal illusion? That's where it gets dark, guys, and we're about to expose it next. LeBron James might be one of the most talented players to ever touch a basketball, but this new Nike commercial acts like he's undefeated, like he's the undisputed GOAT with no losses, no rivals, no history. It's pure basketball delusion dressed up as marketing genius. The ad claims LeBron destroyed every idol, but let's be real, he's 4-6 in the finals, 6 losses, multiple series where he got cooked by legends like Dirk, Duncan, and Curry. Yet Nike wants us to pretend that never happened. They're not just celebrating LeBron, they're rewriting the record books. And Zay isn't having it. He calls out Nike for not reading the room because fans aren't stupid. You can't sell fantasy when the receipts are public. Instead of honoring competition, Nike's leaning into cult-like hero worship, turning LeBron into some invincible myth. It's tone deaf in an era where people want authenticity, not polished propaganda. But here's the real twist. This commercial isn't just about basketball stats. It's a reflection of how billion-dollar brands manipulate legacy for profit. So when Nike crowns LeBron as the forever king, it's not about greatness, it's about control. And wait till you see how deep that control really goes next. As soon as the ad rolls, it's pure cinematic overkill. LeBron standing like some mythical warrior while a deep narrator declares he carried every expectation, never broke, and defeated every rival. It's the kind of overhyped drama that feels less like a Nike spot and more like the trailer for LeBron, the chosen one, rise of the forever king. Zay can't even take it seriously. He's laughing mid-reaction, calling it straight up Hollywood make-believe. Because come on, the man didn't conquer the league like Thanos snapping half the NBA out of existence. The narration paints LeBron like he's this flawless symbol of perseverance, untouched by failure. But the irony? Every fan watching knows the cracks in that crown. From finals losses to super team alliances, it's all conveniently erased in this glossy Nike fantasy reel. Zay dismantles the whole thing line by line, pointing out how far the ad drifts from reality. Like Nike's allergic to admitting he's ever taken an L. But the funniest part? The ad ends with "Behold the greatness. He is the forever king." And Zay says forever king, more like forever cap, but the real roast hasn't even started yet. Because next, he goes after the shoes behind this royal fairy tale. Then comes the part that had everyone crying laughing. The sneaker reveal. Zay pulls up the shoes that Nike built this whole Forever King fantasy around, and instantly torches them. He calls them hot garbage. The kind of kicks you don't flex in, you cut grass in. Forget sneaker culture. These are Ross and TJ Maxx All-Stars, the Burlington Coat Factory specials. Zay jokes that nobody's ever lined up outside a mall for LeBrons. Nobody's ever risked rent money to grab a pair. And definitely nobody's ever said, "These shoes gonna take me out the hood." And here's the real sting. Like he points out that Jordan's shoes built culture. Kobe's shoes built legacy. But LeBron's? They build clearance racks. It's not just a roast, it's a reality check. Nike's trying to sell myth with no magic left in it. The shoe that was supposed to symbolize greatness just symbolizes overpricing mediocrity. But Zay's not done, because once you start looking past the sneakers, the story gets uglier. The ad isn't just about bad shoes or bad marketing. It's about a bigger illusion Nike's been selling for years. And next, he tears that illusion apart piece by piece. Zay doesn't just talk smack. He brings the receipts. He goes full stat mode, laying out LeBron's finals record like a coroner's report. 0-1 against Dirk, 1-2 versus Duncan, 1-3 against Curry, 1-2 facing KD. That's a grand total of 3 wins and 5 losses. Hardly the resume of a man who destroyed every rival. The numbers don't lie, but Nike's commercial sure seems to. Zay calls it what it is, fantasy basketball wrapped in a billion-dollar lie. He reminds viewers that LeBron's biggest wins came with a whole lot of divine and human intervention. Ray Allen's miracle shot, Draymond Green's suspension, even the infamous bubble run, where half the Miami roster was injured. Zay's point is brutal but clear. Greatness doesn't need excuses, and LeBron's legacy is filled with them. And those early finals losses, Dirk Nowitzki and Tim Duncan didn't just beat LeBron, they baptized him. Zay describes those series like public floggings, proof that the king was still learning to hold the crown. But here's where it turns from funny to fiery. Because after breaking down the losses, Zay digs into the rivals LeBron never defeated, the ghosts of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and that's where the debate gets personal. Zay makes it plain, LeBron James may be the king, but he's not the ruler of basketball's throne. He says the Nike ad tries to bury Kobe and Jordan under the myth of LeBron's greatness, but their legacies refuse to die. Kobe's influence still burns through the league. Players rock his shoes like sacred armor, every drop of sweat a quiet tribute to the Mamba. You can't walk into a gym without seeing someone in Kobe's. That's not marketing, that's immortality. Then there's Jordan. Zay points out that MJ's shadow still stretches over everything. The logo, the culture, the mindset. You can't escape the Jumpman. It's stitched into the DNA of the game itself. Everywhere you look, you're reminded who really defined greatness. He says Nike's Forever King campaign is an illusion, a desperate attempt to crown a man who's still playing in someone else's kingdom. Because you can build commercials, you can sell sneakers, but you can't manufacture reverence. And Zay's just getting warmed up, because the next part isn't about stats or sneakers. It's about how power, politics, and image control shape every story the NBA lets us see, and the ones it tries to hide. Zay shifts gears from jokes to something sharper, power. He claims LeBron's influence runs so deep that players, coaches, and even media tiptoe around him like he's the NBA's untouchable monarch. The example that hits hardest? Jaylen Brown casually saying Bronny wasn't ready for the league, then apologizing within minutes. Zay laughs, but it's that nervous kind of laugh, the one that says something's off. He calls it what it is, NBA politics. You don't criticize LeBron without consequences. Even rivals like the Celtics can't talk freely because the league's narrative machine protects its golden brand. Zay's tone turns playful again for the finale. He mocks Nike's Forever King myth one last time, clowning the shoes as lefty kicks destined for Ross and Burlington shelves everywhere. The roast turns lyrical. The only throne they belong on is in the clearance aisle. He calls the commercial 100,000% cap and closes like a seasoned YouTuber rallying the audience. Hit that like, drop your thoughts, and sub for more truth bombs. But he leaves one line hanging in the air like a wink to the camera. If Nike and LeBron are selling fantasies, then who's really running the game? That's the cliffhanger Zay builds his empire on.